My name is Peter Collins. For those of you that don't recognise me, I've been out of action for quite some time, and yet I've been on Facebook now coming up to 6 years, so I've been around but not very active. And the reason for it is twofold. Firstly, I have been very sick, and with that I've had to convalesce, and I've been very careful how I've spent my time during that period. The other thing is, I'm in Sydney, Australia, and I don't know if you know, but we've now been in lockdown because of the coronavirus for round about, I think it's coming up to 9 weeks in a few days. And it looks as though we're going to be locked down for another 6 or 8 weeks. So we've got a very testing period. And with what I'm putting together, once the pandemic is over here in Sydney, because it's affecting all of Australia, I'm then going to release some work that I've been doing now for the past 30 years. And I've got 3 works in progress. Now, the first is Take Your Business to the Next Level. That's a 30-year project which will help businesses not only restart their business, but give them a better understanding of how businesses need to run to be extremely profitable and effective. And there's a lot of marketing that I'll pass on as well. So they'll get many, many ideas, not only on how to rebuild a business, but keep it profitable at lower costs. The second project I've been working on now for the past 3 years is a project called Sales Mindset. It takes people to a level in mindset that most people don't understand. And again, it's based on a lot of personal understanding of how I've rewritten so many sales records, and I pass all of that on in Sales Mindset. But the top of what I'm working on at the moment, I've called this Transfer Salespeople into Super Sellers, is basically what I'm going to do. And for the very first time, I'm sharing a goal-setting process that I used now for about 50 years, very close to 50 years, that have got me to break so many sales records, in fact, in the hundreds, internationally, nationally, statewide and regionally. And those records, some of them will never be broken because they were so big, and the parameters and the concept of how those records work have changed. I also share the exact formulas I used and the work I put in to get into 3 International Hall of Fame inductions. Now, that's something which is unique. As I worked through this, I was surprised as to how much work it did take and how much activity and focus I needed to be able to make that work. I also share in the goal setting the methods that I used and the way that I went about writing 72 business books over the past 50 years, or now 52 years since the first was published. And more recently, I've had the honour of having one of my friends do some research on me. And he came up with the conclusion that I'm the largest sales content creator in the world right now. And I take that as a privilege because I've worked really hard at getting all of this together. And this will be all exposed in my goal setting series, which I'm calling Transfer Salespeople into Super Sellers. So there's a lot happening, there's a lot coming. I'll spend as much time with you in future as I can, but there's something now that I can pass on as a legacy that so many people I know will get good benefit from. Now, I'll start promoting this later this year, all of these, and what I will do is I'll put them on the market, and I can guarantee you now, I don't want to frighten you, but I'm not selling this information cheaply. And the reason why not is I know any one of these people can take whatever I've got on board and they'll get their money back many times over within the first 90 days. Some will get their money back within a week, some within a couple of weeks. Whatever it is, it'll be something which will be substantial for both the student as well as those aspiring to be really good people in sales. So enjoy what I've got. I'll start putting a little bit of a change to the way that I'm running my sales groups on Facebook and in LinkedIn. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for being there for me. I've had so many private messenger mail that it's staggering. And I've tried to answer every one of those. I appreciate your concern. And a lot of people have been concerned, asking why I'm not on Facebook or LinkedIn. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to control it.